I'm a cowgirl. This is my horse. A doom doom.
So what I'm doing here is we go forward a few steps as soon as I feel him taking a faster paced walk than I'm asking for, because we're going towards the barn now. I sit down in my seat. If he runs through my seat, then the next thing I go to is my one rein stop and back up. Soften him, soften him. I'm using my spurs on his shoulder to back him up until he softens and backs up fluidly. Push him forward, softly and quietly with my body. I relax, stop. He took 2 steps, we're gonna step back. I don't want to race to the barn. I don't want a bracy-faced mule. It's this repetition, rinse and repeat. 5, 6, 7,000 times. We got this cedar here that we'll just go around and around and around until we get a nice, soft, willing equine pointing towards the barn, pointing away from the barn, doesn't matter. He's same pace, same energy level, going away and going towards. I'm softening with one rein. If he doesn't listen to that, if he flips his nose in the air, then I drop a spur on him. Look at all the little butterflies coming out. Biggest challenge for me, and I think a lot of people, is when out here running miles and miles and miles around one single tree, is keeping our composure, not getting angry, or you know, it is frustrating. This mule and I have been together over 10-12 years. He knows his stuff. They get tense, I get tense, they get more tense, I get more tense, and around we go. It's like a marriage. He was perfectly content standing out in his pasture. I was the one who said, hey, I want to go for a ride. So it's my responsibility to keep my cool, keep my composure, and think about all the things he's doing right. Even when racing around this tree like a nincompoop, every loop we've made, he's gotten softer. Got to differentiate between drilling, and practice. If Bo and I circled this cedar perfectly the first time or 2 or even 3, where he was soft, he flexed in the pole, quiet because he's chomping his bit, he's frustrated with me. But if he was quiet and soft and rounded this tree beautifully 1 or 2 times, then I should not be running him around or insisting on 300-400 more laps. The difference between that, drilling a horse to death, and what I'm doing right now is there are changes. Every time we pass this tree, every time we loop around, like for example, in this corner we're about to approach here, he kind of throws his left shoulder out. So I'm going to anticipate that. There we go. I'm going to correct it. And I'm going to keep riding this corner, and I'm going to keep coming around until he stops throwing that left shoulder out. Now I'm going to push him just a little bit. We're going to get a little closer to the barn. And if I feel him picking up his pace, we're gonna do some more circles. See, right here we got this part down, but that over there is still no good. So now I'm gonna extend this circle around the cedar into a figure 8 that involves another circle down there, because Bo's having trouble with that. Now eventually I can take this circle, figure 8, make it as big or as long as I want, and he's gonna maintain his composure. But today's not that day. So today, if someone were to ask me to go on a trail ride, I'd probably politely decline. It's a vertical. Let's see if we can pop up a vertical. Shoop! Man, mules are awesome. We're pointed away from the barn. He's just sluggish. He's looking over his shoulder like, is the barn still there? That's Sparky screaming in the background. All of this is quite distracting, and he's handling it pretty good. But I know Bo is better than a pretty good mule. He is an excellent, superior mule, and that's what I want from him. ask them for their best every time. Be consistent with that. What wouldn't make any sense to have all this training in this wonderful mule and not insist that he ride to his fullest potential? Why would I do that? You know, if Bo was a dog, I think he'd be like a terrier. We have this shaggy little terrier named Dexter who sets his jaw just like that. If he doesn't want to come in or even go out in the rain to go potty, he'll set his jaw like sideways and just stare. And that's exactly what Bo does sometimes. He's picking his ears up and he's listening to Sparky. I'm doing my best just to ignore all that. We're gonna go straight up. He's parked all 4 feet, head in the air. I'm not going. So I'm gonna ask with my seat. And he, instead of going forward, he's gonna go into the bushes. I can get him to do what I want by manhandling him, but I want him to do it on a loose rein with me just sitting here enjoying my ride. I'm gonna give him a little boot here. I'm gonna try it again. I don't like what he's doing here, so I'm gonna correct. And we're gonna try again. He stopped, we're gonna try that again. These are trouble seeds. So you gotta find these little trouble seeds before they take root and become trouble trees. So we're gonna look for that little resistance here. I'm gonna give him all the opportunity in the world. Looking forward, I'm thinking forward. He's darting off into the bushes. So I'll root out that seed. We're gonna try it again. I don't wanna have to tell you to go forward. You should know how to walk forward. This is goofy, but is it progress? Yeah, he still went forward. So I'm gonna go with that. Okay, now he's going into the bushes. I didn't ask for this, so I'm gonna sharply turn. Back up we go. This could take 10 minutes, this could take 3 or 4 hours, this could be a 3 or 4 day session right here. You're gonna succeed, my friend. There we go. Okay, so that was great. Give him a little pat, let him know we're still friends. Now we do it again. But isn't that drilling? No, because that was still goofy as all get out. Do it until the head and the poll soften and the terrier jaw goes away. He's thinking. Sometimes good training is letting them screw up. That was better, so we're gonna softly and gently turn around, go back up the hill. There we go. Bo, you've had 4 or 5 chances now to go down this road nice and quiet. You refused, so now I'm gonna have to hold your hand a little bit. I'm gonna insist that you break at the pole. I'm going to insist that you ride nice and straight. That means I'm up in your business right now. I'm not asking for a side pass. This guy knows how to side pass, and he's using the side pass to evade getting further away from the barn. And I swear, if he knew how to pee off, he'd pee off. He would do anything he could right now to stop motion away from the barn. That's bratty kid stuff. Oh, I thought you wanted to side pass into the bushes. Yeah, the attitude's changing just a little bit. There we go. Back up. That's nice. Right there. You put a beginner up here or a nervous rider, which I've done. Now, they weren't in any harm's way. I could clearly see that. But he wasn't giving them softness or a sense of comfort, you know, as much as he could. You gotta earn your oats, man. Because he knows, again, that's the way home. Good job. Look how soft he's staying. Good job. Look for ways to praise your horse. He's still doing 1,001 things correct. Good job. Good job. Pick up that rein. Oh, nice. Really, really doing good there. It's a big challenge to ask a horse to stop quietly, just right off my seat. There, oh, he offered a backup on his own there. We're facing towards the barn, and he still put the brakes on and stayed soft. So that's excellent. Good job. Yep. Nice. Let's see, get over here and do that. Now we're on a new section here. See the whole, I think it's about a half mile from here to the cabin and barn from this point on. The whole half mile is too much for him. I'd just be dragging on his face the whole time. So I'm breaking it up into these little itty bitty segments, literally from here to probably those two trees like goalposts. I'm gonna ask him to move forward willingly and fluidly. If I get any drifting into the bushes or like this, we're gonna correct. We're gonna go back down and try again. Here's your segment, master it. So the idea is you master these little segments, then you put them all together and get a nice half-mile loop. Then you get another half mile and you get a 1 mile and you get a 2 mile. And then before you know it, you just got this really nice, fluidly moving. See, we got sticky here, so I'm not gonna like that. I'm gonna work it again. I'm gonna put all these pieces together. See, I broke this segment into 3 different pieces. Now we're gonna see if you can do the whole piece. I'm gonna check to see how, yep, 1 rein, good job. Pick that 1 rein. I'm gonna sit back, see if he backs up, yep. Especially challenging when you got their butt going up a hill, so that's good. That's what we're looking for. He's speeding up, I'm gonna back him up. Just want you nice and quiet going forward. Another thing that happens every time he points towards the barn, I'm doing these exercises. I'm getting up in his business, I'm backing him up, I'm softening him. So pretty soon, turning around away from the barn and I let him go, this becomes a little more desirable. I mean, I'm not going to completely stop asking him for softness, but it's going to be far less hands-on going this way. I want this to be the pleasant way to go, away from the barn. And that doesn't last forever. Doesn't mean I have to always do that. Just initially, when he's having trouble going this way, then I'm going to find ways. I need to get creative to make this way the desirable way. Dog, you need to manage yourself there. There we go. It's really how sweet this mule is. He will not step on that dog. Good job. I'm going to sit. Good. Back. Back. Yep. I'm going to go to the goalposts and I'm going to try it again. This segment. Let's ride like a nice, sweet donkey up this hill without putting me in the bushes. There we go. Good job. When I'm expecting this level of compliance and fluid movement from my horses, excuse me, mule, then I have a greater responsibility to be checking myself. How balanced am I? What am I doing with my seat? I lean forward and I touch him. That I've trained him to stop when you grab his mane. So I got to be careful not to be swatting on his mane or reaching forward and kicking him forward at the same time. Are you giving conflicting messages? My phone. Ding. Poo-poo. Okay. Well. Alright, my GoPro died. Well, handheld phone action here. Just want to wrap up by showing Bo here between his 2 goal posts where he kind of raced down the hill before, and now loose, well, no rein, just dropped. He's carrying himself like a perfect gentleman. I got the phone in my left hand and this is my right hand, and there's Bo managing himself. It's not a quick fix. Nothing with horses is. Just time, repetition, and patience. Hello, Bo. And now we got a nice, quiet dude who's not jigging home. How about that?